Mesechta Shvuos Tav Chav Zayin Amud Chav Ches Amud Aleph. We're starting from Chav Zayin Amud Beis, 6 lines from the bottom. Amar Rava. Amar Rava. Rava said, Nishbal Kikar. We learned yesterday, if somebody swore a couple of Shvuos, he swore that he's not going to eat the Kikar. V'acholan, he ate it. In Shiyim in many Kezayis. If after eating the Kikar of many Kezayim, but there's still leftover Kezayis. Nishlala, he went to the Chacham, he says, take off this neder that I made, that I said I'm not going to eat this loaf of bread, take it off. So I won't be able for. He's still a Kezayis left. You're right, but there's still what? He didn't finish it. It's for the whole thing. So now, he's not able. So your mother.
His mother said you got to finish it.
So then, as long as there was a Kezayis left, Nishlala. Achola kula. If he ate the whole loaf of bread, ain't nishallah. There's nothing to be marshal. There's nothing to be mated the neder on. So he was over. No, he was over. Finished. Let's understand what's going on. What is it talking about? If he said he's not going to eat this kiko, you remember yesterday the lashon le'oichel means a kezayis, that he's not going to eat a kezayis. In fact, you remember kezayis, kama, he already ate the first kezayis, like you ate, babdash the kezayis, when he said le'oichel, he said he's not going to eat a kezayis. So kezayis coming up the le'isur, tashen ob yitan le'isur. So what do you mean you can be matzah later? He already did the isur. And if you're going to say the second shvur that he said, I'm not going to eat it, meaning the whole loaf. So my kezayis, why does he have to have a kezayis left over? I feel a koshu. Nami, even if there's a drop left over, it still can be matzah and he didn't complete it. Says the I can answer you for both. Side for the lashon shvur that you asked on lo'yechel. Hey, he ate a kezayis. How could it be matzah the neder? And lo'yechlena, why don't we say by a kosher? He says, I'll answer you on the shlo'yechel. You asked the kasher. L'cheda, he already ate the kezayis. He was over. So we say no. Miga the mahanya le'sheila kezayis basa. Since the sheila will help for the later kezayim of this loaf that he made a shvur that he's not going to eat kezayis. Unless mahanya le'sheila nama kezayis kama. Therefore, it will help for the previous kezayis as well. He ate one kezayis. There are many kezayis in here. So when he made a shvur, he made a shvur for every kezayis in this loaf of bread. So since there's leftover kezayis that he can be matzah the neder, so since that will help. So we'll say it will help to the oikamei koder. If you want, I'll tell you another answer. He was supposed to take over. If you want, I'll tell you another answer. When he said he made a shvur that he's not going to eat the whole loaf of bread, so we asked the shaila, well, why does he have to wait for a kezayis? Even if there's a kosher, he said the whole bread. If there's leftover kezayis, there's enough to be, the neder should be chal to be matir the neder. But if there isn't, if he didn't leave over, he only left over a kosher, the kosher is not choshev enough to be able to be matir the neder. That's why you need a minimum of kezayis left over. Sagt die Gemara base, in fact, the Gemara Akashi on Rava. Yeah. He said he's by loyachlena mean the whole loaf. But so we asked, why does he have to wait till why only up to a kezayis? Maybe even till a kosher left of the loaf, he could still be matzah. So he said it's not choshev enough to be matzah the neder. Base, in fact, the Gemara Akashi from the following brayse. To be matzah the neder.
No, for cook and
oh, okay. Meisvei, in fact, the Gemara Akasha. Chashrei. This is Rabbi Hertz's uftu. Meisvei, in fact, the Gemara Akasha from the following brayse. Meet another shnei naziris. If you remember on the last page, somebody said twice. Hareini knows it twice. So then he has to keep naziris for the first 60 days twice. Every time somebody just says the lashon hareini knows it's tam, it's 30 days automatically. So he counted the first 30 days, and he already separated a carbon. And then we learned the case that he was matin the neder on the first nazirus. Also, and we said helped the Taurus had neder had geholfen that he didn't have to have the first nazirus, and the second nazirus takes the place of the first, and and that's it. Doesn't have to do it, and he doesn't have to do another 30 days. But the kasha is what happened here. He finished the Nazirus. He finished 30 days. He was mafresh the carbon, and you say he can be mafresh the neder. And here you just finished off saying, if he finished the whole challah, zishtava samata zayin. And here we say he can be mafresh the neder. You want to have my skin over here is talking about Bishaloi Kippur, that he didn't have the, he didn't yet as of yet bring the carbon. So if he's still alive, so therefore he can be matan the neder. In fact, you want about Tanya Kippur? How could you say he didn't bring the carbon? Says he was forgiven. He was mafresh the carbon, so he was already niskapa with the carbon. Says you're right. He went through the 30 days Naziris. He brought a carbon, and then he was marshal the neder. And we said it was good. We said the second Naziris took the place of the second neder of Naziris took the place of the first one, and he doesn't have to do another 30 days. How could we say that? We said once you finish the whole challah completely, you can't be matan the neder. Here the Naziris was completely marshal. Yeah. How could he be marshal over here by the Naziris after the 30 days and he brought a carbon?
This is two things.
Two Naziris.
Two. And the first one, the kick is only one.
One. So what's the chilik?
Because
Finished, but
one is finished. But then two. Why should he end up to the wrong?
Two Naziris. But why shouldn't there be a second Naziris? You should have to count another 30 days.
Two Shavuos.
Yeah, it was two Shavuos, correct.
One is like finished, so that one's finished.
So why should we?
It's a separate Shavuos, it's not the first one.
You're right, but we said the second one goes for the first one.
Yeah.
So how could it be? Okay. So you said it was a kippur.
It's a girsa who says kippur. The Rashi put on the kasha, you should know that.
Yeah, but the way we learned that he brought a carbon for yesterday and then he was marshal the neder. We said, yeah, but yesterday we learned that he was mafresh the company, he was this carbon and he was marshal. In fact, okay, after the Gemara, you're right. He brought a carbon, but b'shloi gilach, but he didn't have the thing. You have to also he has to shave his head. He has to have a tiglachas. The first the carbon and then goes the tiglachas. Yeah, and he didn't do that yet. I mean, Rabbi Lezer, and it follows according to the sheet of Rabbi Lezer. The Yom says tiglachas makfa. As long as the nazir didn't at the end of the naziris didn't do a giluach, he didn't shave his head after the kabbalah, even though it's after the bringing the carbon, he's not allowed to drink wine. He's not allowed to drink wine, and he's not allowed to be matam himself. So you see, the nether is still alive, so he has to be, therefore he can be matam. What? It says over here, the order over here. From after the carbon, you were mafresh the carbon, and then they did a tiglachas, and they put when they made the fire, they would put the hair of the tiglachas under the carbon. Okay, from what I remember, that was first. The afrosh carbon. Okay, so it follows. Afrosh carbon. Okay. Yeah. What's the chilik? Which came first? It's not going to make a chilik. Anyway, it says tiglachas ma'akra. It's going to be. He didn't do the tiglachas here. In fact, you about Tanya Gilach, but we learned the finish in this in the nuscha shlishi. We learned in the third nusach that there was a giluach. So yeah, given a giluach, and we said still he can be marshal. Amar Abashi, Naziris karamas. What do you ask me for Naziris? Who was guiding that the second one shouldn't be chal, meaning you shouldn't have to count another 30 days. The first one. Because the second 30 days is only based on the first one. You have 30 days. The second Haredi Nazir is only chal after the first Naziris. It's dependent on the first Naziris. So since it's dependent on the first Naziris, so therefore, when he's marshal, the first Naziris and the second Naziris was dependent on the first one, it's like the first Naziris is there the whole time. That's how he learns it.
It's always there.
It's always there. He says, here, let me read it. Since the first one holds back, that you can't start the second Neder of Naziris till you first finish the first one, right? It's koyach is still there. The only reason why he's chayv a second Naziris is because of the first Naziris. But he finished. But the only reason why he's going to be chayv a second Naziris is because of the first one. So you can't say the second one takes the place of the first one. The only reason why there's a second one is because of the first one. There wouldn't have been a second one without the first one. So the only reason why there's a second one is because of the first one. So it's as if this first one is still in this. It's not. You can't say if you're going to say the first one is like it never existed. There's no second Naziris. The second Naziris is based on the first Naziris. So therefore, in the second Naziris, you have part of the first one. Therefore, you can be back to the Neder.
The days will belong to the Naziris Hashem or Shema. The days he counted.
Now it's going to belong to the Shneya, based on he was mated of the first Naziris. So the koyach of the first, it was now, but it was always, it was based on the koyach of the first one. Okay, so Amima said, even if he ate the whole loaf of bread, he's nishal. Nishal means that he can be mashal neneda. Says the Gemara, if it's b'shegef, you know why he could? Because mechusar carbon, he's still the power of the being mashal neneda is still there because he didn't bring the carbon. If he did b'mezit, says the Gemara, in the chus malchus, so he didn't get the malchus yet. So there's what to be matan neneda.
There's always hope, right?
There's always hope. You remember when we learned the Makis, when we give him Makis, he's bent over and he has his two hands on both sides of the pole. So before the Shmeisim, but when his hands are already tied up, says the Gemara, once his hands is tied up, it's finished. It's over. Because the bush is there. Like Shmuel said, if they tied his hands to the Amid, and Nachnish gave him the Malchus. Before he gave him the Malchus, the guy made Rabbi Yifrach. He got out of the strings and he ran away from Bezdin. Potter, we said he doesn't get Malchus because that's the bush itself. Says the Gemara, you're saying just by the mere fact that it was tied, you cannot be matzah the neder because it's considered he had the bush. It's not so. Hasim the bush was rotz. It's going to Chish v'yid. Gehat ha'rabban sheshtel. Mit Hamam is that Rav. That's a busha. The running itself is the busha. But here, when they just tied him to the Amid, there was no busha, nobody's around. When he starts running in public, running away from the bus, that's where the bush is. Says, how could you compare? Why could you say when he was just tied up that you can't be matan either? He didn't go through any bush, he didn't run.
Being tied up is not busha?
Not enough, no.
Not enough.
No, the running. Okay.
But what if they gave one knock?
Yeah, then that's done. That's done. We learned that already. I'm gonna.
He's running without clothes.
He doesn't have. He can be with his clothes.
No, they don't give him clothes.
No, they ripped the shirt off his back. He's right. Before they start the malchus, they tie him and they take his shirt and they give a rip off, so that his chest should be bare. He makes a sure that he's not going to eat this loaf of bread. If he eats this, let me give you a mashal. Here. These are two breads. Picture there's two loaves of bread. He says like this: I'm not going to eat this kikar if I eat this kikar. So this kikar is called the Isar, and this is called the Tanai. The Tanai. This will activate the Isar. This, if I eat this bread, this loaf of bread becomes activated also. So what did he do? First of all, you have to know Adam Shanishba. We learned Adam Mishvua. Adam Mishvua is the passage we had yesterday. A person, when he makes the shvua, he has to have all his senses. Not like a baby who does things without senses. He has to have all his senses. So when he eats the tanai, when he makes the shvua, that's the tanai. That's what he's making a shvua on. He's saying, if I eat this, this becomes also. So when he eats this, he has to have all his senses. He has to know, I'm making a shvua on this loaf, and automatically it's activating the Yisra. No, he makes a shvua that if I eat this loaf, this one becomes activated, becomes awesome. So when he's eating it, that's when the shvua is only chal, when he's eating it. He has to have all his senses when he's being mekayim the shvua.
What's the point? Why he was
so what's if he didn't? What's if... Right now, if it's the whole kiko, he said oichel kezayis, whichever lashon he used. But if he said oichel, let's say kezayis, if he eats kezayis, he has to have all his senses when he's eating it. But if he didn't have his senses when he ate it, the shvua is not chal.
What kind of?
No, this one, the shvua is not chal. So even if he eats this b'mezid, it's nothing.
Because it's not us.
Because this never activated anything.
What do you mean? What kind of sense is it?
That's what he's asking.
What? Das, he had to have a mind that
What he's eating? He doesn't know what he's eating.
he didn't know he made the shvua before, and then he comes and he eats. He didn't even realize that he's activating this into becoming us. He didn't realize he's eating the tonight.
You're saying Hesed?
But he said that once. He said that once. If I
He
eat
said the
it-
shvua, but the shvua is not a shvua only kishol sebiyadai. You remember yesterday? He has to have his senses when he's being mekayim the shvua itself. So what happened here? He says shvua. Let's go back.
Like a lot of things you need das.
Yeah, we learned yesterday, and the das has to be kishol sebiyadai. We learned when he's ready to be about to eat the thing. So what happened? He eats. He made a shvua. It starts off like this: shvua shel lo yochel kikazu. He says, "This is the. I'm not going to eat this isur if I eat this tonight." What does he have? Im oichel zu, im oichel zu, im oichel zu. Okay, v'achal sarishenu b'shegeg. Now he eats the one, the tonight, the one that's supposed to activate the second loaf. He eats it b'shegeg. He doesn't realize he's. So he didn't have his senses when he was eating it. So the shul is not chal. And then he goes ahead, the activated isur, he realizes it, and now it's activated. He realized that I didn't realize there, but now I see I ate that, and I chapsich now, retroactively, I activated this into isur. And I eat it, b'mezid. He says, but it's pater. He's pater, because the first shul was never chal. Says the Gemara, Rishonim b'mezid. What's if he took this? He knew exactly what he's doing, and he ate it with all the senses. But this one now, the second one is aser. He forgot. Oh, this is supposed to be aser. He forgot. That's a regular shvus bitui. What is going to be the din? He's chayiv. He's going to be chayiv a couple of shvus bitui. A third one, shteim b'shegeg. This one he had no senses. This one he didn't realize either. Of course, he's going to be pater because the whole shul was not chal. Shteim b'mezid. Turn over the page. If they were both b'mezid. Shvus bita means that he ate b'shegeg the isur. He made a shul he's not going to eat, and he ate it. The mezid means he had his full senses when he ate the tonight, when he made the shul. Yeah, and then he ate the isur. Yeah. So shteim b'mezid. What's if both were b'mezid? So of course, then he gets malchus. Now he's asking a different question. What's if he ate the tanai, and then he ate the isa, then he's mechayiv, then he's chayiv. But what's if he achle yisure, right?
That was an awesome thing.
It wasn't asa yet. It only will become asa if they eat the tanai. So he grabbed the first, before the first case. The first case he ate. The second case, okay. He ate the isur. It wasn't asa yet. It's going to become activated when he eats the first piece. So then he ate it tonight. Says you want to pluk, that's a machlekes, because this is called asur safek. You're warning him, don't eat this isur because you're going to eat later on this, and this is going to be asur, and you're going to be over lemafreya isur.
So what did he
So
do?
what-
That was wrong that he ate?
Because he get
But he
masra,
didn't
don't
he
eat
didn't
it.
This one yet.
No, you're right, but it's called asra. But later on he ate it.
So it goes retroactive.
That's how it normally works.
No, so
He did it. Not everybody holds them. If I warn you, don't eat this. Like I tell you, don't eat today. I'm not going to eat today. And we tell him, you better be careful. We're warning you. If you eat today, if you will eat today, you're going to be over. So it's a machlekes between Reish Lakish and Rabbi Yochanan. It's asar safek. Because Rabbi Yochanan says it has to be teich dibur. That he, right after the asar, he has to commit the sin. Here, Reish Lakish holds not. That's going to be the machlekes here. When they warned him, don't eat it because
But he didn't know
he didn't eat yet tonight. No, but they warned him if you're going to eat it tonight, you're going to be over on this. Is it enough of asra or not? It's called asra safek according to Rabbi Yochanan.
But the eating of the isur has to be after he ate the try. But here he ate the isur already.
According to Reish Lakish, that's not something. What? He ate the isur, but he cannot eat it tonight. If he eats it tonight, he's going to be chayiv l'mafrei because he was warned before. If you're going to eat this and then eat that, you're going to be chayiv for this. Is it considered as a good asar? It's asar safik because lav dafka you're going to eat the tonight, right? That's called asar safik. So Rabbi Yochanan says asar safik is asar, and you'll be chayiv. The Shlakish says asar safik is not asar, and therefore you'll be potter. Pluk to Rabbi Yochanan Shlakish. Laman de Ama.
What were the master?
The master don't eat this Isser.
He told him?
They warned him.
No, he told himself.
Huh? He made a shvur first. He's not going to eat this.
And then who said it was
If he made a shvur. If I eat this, this is going to be us. They warned him. Oh, you're about to eat this. We see this. We're warning you. Later on, you're going to eat that. You're going to be chayiv for this. They warned him.
But he did that in reverse.
What do you mean? If the reverse is for sure chayiv, there's no. What do you mean?
No, he did the Issa first.
Yeah, we're talking about it. He did the Isser first. First, he made the shvur, and then he was about to eat the Isser. They warned him.
He did have to have a surah.
Yeah, that's what we learned before. So Laman de Oma for Mezi. Laman de Oma Asar Safik Shma Asar. So it's Chaim Malchus. Laman de Oma according to Shlakish Lav Shma Asar. It's not called Asar. It's part of the Malchus. Zakti Mother Tlon Zubazu. What's if he made each one Isa and a Tanai for the other one? He says this one is a Tanai for this one, so this one is Asa. He says this one is a Tanai for this one's Asa. So each one, let's cut it in half. Each one has Tanai and Asa. Tanai and Asa. Each one has. Right?
Why do you cut it in half? Say it's a total.
Because, no, each one is dependent on the other.
So
He
why-
says,
why do
if
you
I
cut
eat
it?
this one is Asa. So it has a part of Isa. And so this one is the Tanai. Then I say, if I eat this one
But that's
became a
gonna be a
Tanai.
total issue.
You're right. I'm just I'm giving you a way to understand it. So he says each one is a Tanai. Each loaf has in it Tanai and Isur. Because each one has Tanai and Isur.
There's a legal term for that.
I don't know how to say it, but I'm just trying to say that he made a challenge out of it. He said each one is going to be a Tanai for the other one, and therefore each one is a Isur, is activated by the other one.
What was his kavanah? What was his
It's based to make a challenge. Okay, one
Well,
Zul.
whatever he does, in other words, let's say he eats one.
One,
so
the other one becomes us.
He said if I eat this one, the other one
Becomes us. Very good.
Only if I do the poil.
Okay, wait, we didn't get to it. V'achal the first way. V'achal zu bezoden atzma. He ate this one, amazing. Ubeshigigas chaverta. He ate the two kikres, and each one, when he ate it, right? He ate it remembering that he made a shvur. So he was amazed by each one.
He was amazed by each one, or just one of them?
He was amazed.
Atzma.
He was amazed on the Isa part, not on the Tanai part.
But
Each
you
one,
said he made a Tanai and Isa on each one. back
right?
and forth.
So when he ate it, in his mind, he was eating just the Isur. He didn't remember, not the Shvua. The Shvua, when he made the Shvua that he's not going to eat this kikar, which is a Tanai for this, when he ate it, he didn't have in mind for the Shvua part, for the Tanai part. He had in mind to eat a piece of loaf. He didn't even be amazed at the Isur. Then he realized that he made a Shvua on the other one, so it was activated already. And the same thing, the reverse. So he says, each one that it was.
But when he ate this, he activated that if he eats this again. If I eat this, then
Right.
Then this
So
will be awesome.
he ate he ate the Tanai, right? B'shoyik, not knowing that he's eating it as a Tanai.
no, he said, "Pamei ate the mei, him, oh, it was-
He's full, that's for sure.
He ate two kikres. V'chol achas mehem v'shasha achla ha'yezacha shenishba Allah. He remembered that he made a shvua on the other one. Only after eating it, after eating this Isur. The only one that he was amazed is when he ate it. He remembered that he already made a shvua on the other loaf, but this became activated. But when he made a shvua on the other loaf, he didn't have all his senses there. When he made a shvua and he ate the loaf, he didn't have in mind it's for the Tanai to activate this asur. But then when he was eating the other loaf as a isur, he remembered, I made a shvua on the other loaf, and he ate it b'mezid. It's not going to be chayiv because the Tanai wasn't the Tanai of the loaf of bread that he made to activate the isur wasn't done with all his senses. So Potter, therefore, he's going to be Potter on both kickers. If at the time when he ate each kicker, he forgot the Shavuos shenish ba'alev b'teres kicker shel isur, aval ha'yazach es ha'shavuos shenish ba'achav b'teim yechol ezu. When he made the Shavuos as a Tanai, he remembered perfectly. He had all his senses. When he ate the isur of a loaf of bread, he didn't realize that it was activated, and he ate it by mistake. And the same thing, the reverse. So it's going to be Chayv HaKavim. On these cases, he's going to be Chayv. Shteim b'shoygei. If he forgot both shvuos at the time that he ate it, is a potter, because the shvuos were not chal at all. If he forgot both, when he ate the Isser and when he ate the Tnai, he was a shoygei. He's potter. Shteim b'mezit. Let me just finish. If he did both b'mezit, he knew exactly what he was doing when he made the Tnai. He had full senses when he made the Shwan the Tnai. He had full senses when he ate the Isser. Both ways. So he says, Ashniya Mechayev, Arishena is going to be a pluk that Rabbi Shlakish. He did both b'mezit. So let's say he did b'mezit. He ate this one first, right? He ate the first one first. So the first one is let's say Isser he ate. Then he ate the Tanai, b'mezit, right? He did both b'mezit. So in such a case, the first piece that he ate was before he made it. He ate the Tanai. Right. So he ate the first piece b'Isser b'mezit. Then he ate the Tanai b'mezit. So we said if you eat the Isser first and he was warm, it's asur safek. So it's a machlekes between Rabbi Yochanan and Shlakish. But when he ate the second piece, after he ate the first piece, right? So once he ate the first piece as a vadai Isser and also as a vadai Tanai, so the second piece,
Oh, you said this was the Tanai.
they're both the Tanai.
What happens if they got mixed up?
We're talking about they're both here, and
Yeah, but he doesn't know which one it is.
okay, they're both the Tanai. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. One is they're both Dai and Isur. So the first one that he ate as a vadai Isur, he ate it before the Tanai. Right? So if he ate it before the Tanai, that's called a suffix. So it's machlekes between Rabbi Yochanan and Shlakish. When he eats the second piece, so now the first piece is already activated. Okay? When he eats the first piece already activated the second piece into Isser, because the first piece that he ate as a Isser was also as a Tanai. So now he eats the second piece. That everybody holds that he'll be Chayiv Malchus.
Why does he go making such a Tanai?
Okay, I'll say he's given you Amar Mari. Mari said, we also had learned about the four types of Nedarim that the Chacham were mate. Nidei Zeiruzin, Nedarim, that he only did it to make his Chava rush that he should accept. Or Nidei Havoi are Guzma. This is the shtusim. The other say it's tamha shtusim. Nidish gogis. This is the main thing. Nidish gogis. Nedarim that he did by mistake, and the Gemara will explain. And nidei oinsin is a neder that he was forced to make that neder. So let's go back to the third neder. Nidish gogis ketzad. How is the case of nidish gogis? He says koinam. He uses a lashon isa imachal to the mashisi. He makes a neder that if I eat, or if I had eaten, or if I had drunk today, then niskan, and then he remembers, he said that he makes a shvur, he didn't eat or drink today. And then and then he reminds himself that he did eat and drink. So we say, in such a case, that he's not going to, it's not the neder is not chal. Why is it not chal? Because his full intention and his whole heart, he really thought that he was just trying to prove that he's saying the truth. Then he realized he made a mistake. He forgot. So, or if he says, but if he says, I'm not going to eat in the future, I'm not going to drink, and he forgot, and he ate and he drank, and that same day, mutter. that this too is not going to be a neder. He doesn't become aser, because only at the time of the neder, when he's going to be over the neder, he has to have all his senses. And at the time when he's being over the neder, he didn't have all his senses. He said when he ate it, he didn't realize he was shakach. So if he's shakach, so the neder is not being done with all his senses. So he's not going to be. So the neder is not chal. That's what we want to bring a raya. That if the ha'od mishvur tells you that it's not in the case where he made a mistake. Tani Allah, and on this the Braisa learned shem shenidish gogis mutarin. So we learned the Braisa on that Mishnah that just like by nidish gogis we say we're mate if all the senses weren't
We're
there.
not talking about shul, we're talking about a
Neder. At the time when he made the neder, his senses weren't there when he's being over the neder.
Because it was a shaykh.
He was a shaygek. Shvuish gogis mutaris. So too by shvuis we're going to say the same thing, because it says ha'adam shvur that at the time when he's being over, he has to have all the senses there when he's doing the neder. It's like your mother ate for.
He said, not the Adam Shul, because Kashem.
Yeah,
Not because of the pasuk.
yeah, but it's based on the pasuk,
So what is Kashem for?
because that's where he learns it out.
Kashem is a living.
I hear you, but as he said before, that was the reason.
You didn't work for you this morning?
Yes, we did.
That's the one.
But he used the lashon before Adam Mishvur Zalman a few times here. Even on this one, I don't know. Okay, Zaki, but Eifa Tani Shvuis Beirabba.
What's that called?
Eifa's a name.
Oh.
Eifa, he was a brother of Avimi. Eifa Tani Shvuis Beirabba. And he would Eifa and Avimi were known to be Charifim, because it says in the Ha'ara, in the 11. Avimi and Eifa were the children of Rechava from Pumbedisa, and they had the nickname of being the sharp ones of Pumbedisa. So what happened? Eifa learned he learned the Sechta Shvuis in the Beis Medrash of Rabbah, who was their teacher. His brother Avimi met him. Amalei Avimi says to his brother, you learned Shvuis, yeah? Let me ask you a shayla. Shvuis shlo yachalti. Shvuis shlo yachalti. He says twice, a Shvuis not that he didn't eat. Ma, what's going to be? Does he have to be in 2 kabbanis for being over on both Shvuis? Amalei in chayv alachas. He said he's only going to be chayv 1. Amalei.
But he said
So
they did, but no, he said it did one
yeah,
breath.
yeah. So what? So he says he wants to say ein shvur chal on another shvur. So that's why he said he's only going to be chayv 1. Amalei Avima said to Leif, and this is how you learn Yishtabash, you make a mistake. The moment he made the first shvur, 1 lie was done. You said in the past, you said lo yachalti, and you did eat. So right away that shvur is gone. 1 lie done. You say the second time, it's a second lie. So
So
it's a shvur for every carbon for every lying shvur.
You're professional.
So how could you say it's chayv 1? So okay.
Not because it ain't Shul Kalash.
Yeah, because it's 2 shkarim. It's right away. It was chal. Each one immediately was a. It was chal. If he says he asked him another shayla. Shul shlo yechol teisha. He makes a shvur. I'm not going to eat 9 figs. And then he makes another shvur. Shlo yechol esetain. He's not going to eat 10 figs. Ma, what's going to be the din? So he tells him chayv kalachas ve'achas. You chayv for each one. So he says, Amalei, Avima said to
he got
Eifa.
out in the morning, he said, I'm not going to eat 9, and then he had to know.
Oh,
He said,
so Amalei, so Avima said to Eifa, Ishtabashta, you made a mistake. Surely the second shul is not chal. Itei shalayachal, that's shalayachal. The 10 comes after 9.
If you eat 9,
So if he cannot eat 9, right? So when are you making another shul on the 10th? He's already answered by
maybe he
the
eats
first
7
9.
times. I'm not going to eat 9.
What comes after every time after 8, he's going to be chayiv. Anything after 8. So every time, if he took the 10th one, that's the 9th one. It's again chayiv. Okay? Here on the bottom he wants to say, it's still chatzi shir. Because the 8th, the 9th comes after the 8th. This 10th one comes after the 9th, which we consider after the 8th. So since it's coming after the 8th, so it's already a chatzi shir that's already usher. The other 8 are already usher. You can make a shvur on chatzi shir. We're going to see it again anyway. Shvur shalayel chalasa. He says, he makes first a shvur, he's not going to eat 10. And then he says a shvur that he's not going to eat 9. And at the end he ate 10. Mal, what's going to be the din? Chayiv alachas is only going to be chayiv one. Amalei ishtabashti, he made a mistake. Esu hu lo yachal. 10 he's not going to eat. Hatesha miyachal. But 9 you could eat.
You know, this first
When
four.
he said the first shvua, I'm not going to eat 10, he
But I
was,
could eat 9.
but you could eat 9. So now the second shvua added another isa of 9. Abaya said, Zimni nashkachas lo'ahad eifa. At times you can find that like eifa that you'll be only chayv 1 kidamar, like the shava kidamar. The Omar Rabba shvur shlo oichel teinim ba'anovim. He makes a shvur. He's not going to eat teinim and anovim, figs and grapes together. Because of the Omar shvur shlo oichel teinim. Then he made another shvur.
We had this before?
Is no. Oh yeah, before we had it. Yeah, teinim. First he made teinim ba'anovim, and then he made a shvur. He's not going to eat teinim. V'achal teinim, and he ate teinim. He hit his carbon, and then he was mafish hakabim, because the moment he ate teinim, he was even on the second shvur. So the second shvur, the first shvur he wasn't able because he still has to eat the grapes. So, but he was mafish hakabim already. And then he ate the grapes. So we say havilahu anavim chatzi shir. The anavim is just a chatzi shir. Because the tainim was already, he brought a carbon and the chiyuv on the tainim happened already. Chatzi shir lo yichayim b'chayim carbon. Chatzi shir, you cannot be chayim carbon. Hanami, let me just finish. He made a shvur he's not going to eat 10. And then he made a shvur he's not going to eat 9. And he ate 10. 9. He ate 9 already. And on the 9 he brought a carbon. Then he ate the 10th one. The 10th one is a chatzi shir. Because he already chayiv on the
Because
on the 9 it was chayiv. The 10th one is just based on the 9. It's not us on its own. Only it's the 10th one becomes also betziduf with the first 9. And since he already on the first 9 was mafresh the carbon, right? So he can't be mitzadif the 10th one on itself. It's just a chatzi shir. On a chatzi shir you cannot be mechayiv carbon. So in such a case, if we'll hold that you're only going to be chayv 1,